What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Locked in Sports, your place for NBA and NFL player props, fantasy advice, and just general sports news. Today, I'm bringing you my 5 best player props for Wednesday, March 13th in the NBA. But before we dive into these props, I gotta tell you guys, yesterday was a good day. It was a winning day. It's a 4-2 day. Never gonna complain about a winning day. So, which picks hit, which didn't. Harrison Barnes nearly hit his line in the first quarter. That went great for us. That was a sweat-free prop. Anthony Edwards also just cleared his line pretty easily for rebounds. Another sweat-free prop. The Clippers unders. Oh, Zubac went crazy in the first quarter. Looked like that pick wasn't going to hit. I still had confidence that it was going to. Just had a gut feeling, and it paid off. I watched the end of that game. I was sweating those picks out with you guys. But both Paul George's PRAs and Ivica Zubac's rebounds went under. Barely, but that's a win. That's a good prediction. Now, the picks that didn't hit, Tyrese Maxey did not go over his points. This blowout. Who saw the blowout coming? Knicks blowing out the 76ers. Yeah. Blowouts are unfortunate. They're going to happen, and they're going to mess up your picks. Happens sometimes. That's why we try to avoid them, but that was just one of the games where we didn't see it coming, and that was unfortunate. And Damian Lillard just barely under his assist. He was one under. He just didn't play towards the end of the game at all. If it had been a closer game, I'm confident he would have hit it, but Dame Time just didn't see action in the fourth quarter. All right, enough talking about yesterday's picks. It was a good day. Now, let's make today even better. Let's try to go 5 for 5. Let's hit it. All right, so my first pick of the day is also probably the pick I'm most confident in because it's a pick I've been taking a lot recently, and it's been hitting every single time I've taken it. It's Michael Porter Jr. for over 24.5 PRAs. He's been killing it over his last 10 games. He's averaging 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And against Miami, a really good defense, he's been averaging 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's going to kill them. He's soaring over this PRA line just like he has been recently. And I would take this pick any day of the week until the sportsbooks decides to catch up with what MPJ is putting out. This is a locked-in pick. So Michael Porter Jr. over 24.5 PRA. All right, next pick comes from the Bulls versus Pacers game. And Pacers give up a lot of points, give up a lot of rebounds. We know this. They're a fun team to watch, and they're a fun team to bet for and against. But the Bulls don't normally stack up against them that well. They're not scoring as much or rebounding as much against them as you'd expect them to, except for Nikola Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic has been killing the Bulls in their matchups, and I'm taking his PRA line at over 35.5. Last time they played each other, the Vooch had 24 points, 17 rebounds, and 3 assists. Great game. Over his last 10 games, he's been averaging 21 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. So no matter really how you want to slice this prop, I think he's going over this line. Pacers just give up a lot of rebounds, and Vooch is really good at grabbing them. Next pick comes from the Charlotte Hornets. It's Vasilije Micic for over 10.5 points. This one's a freebie. I mean, he averages 9 points against the Grizzlies in 17 minutes. Now that he has a starting role, he's going to kill this line. He's averaging over 30 minutes a game now, which is 13 more minutes than he's played against the Hornets in the past. Just 13 minutes to get one more bucket and he hits this line. Yeah. Micic for over 10.5 points. This next pick comes from the Mavericks versus Warriors game. It is Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks for over 7.5 first quarter points. It's a Luka. He's one of, if not the best scorers in the NBA. He dropped 39 on the Warriors in their last matchup, and honestly, I think he has the potential to do the same again. But without Curry there, I'm not sure this game is going to be competitive. I think there's a really good shot that it's a blowout, and that's why I'm just more confident in taking Luka's first quarter points. And also, his first quarter points are normally sitting around 9.5. Sometimes I've seen them at 10.5. This is 7.5. 8 points for Luka. What? 3, 4 baskets for him? Yeah, he's hitting that. The ball's going to be in his hands on every play. He's going to be throwing up shots, and he's going to be making them all quarter long. I think Luka clears this line easily. Luka Doncic over 7.5 first quarter points. This next pick, our last locked-in pick of the day, is LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers for over 15.5 rebounds plus assists. He's LeBron James. He's averaging 10 rebounds and 11 assists against the Kings. And over his last 10 games, he's been averaging 6.5 rebounds and 9.6 assists. If you look at the matchup, he's got it great. He's got it made. And you could even take him for a triple-double. If you just look at how he's playing over the last 10 games, he's been assisting like crazy. And he's getting good boards too. He's going to clear this line easily. It's going to be a competitive game. The odds have this at a 1.5 differential, so it's coming down to the wire. He'll be playing heavy minutes, and he'll be getting heavy boards and dishing out heavy dimes. LeBron James, over 15.5 assists, plus rebounds. All right. Those were my 5 best player props for Wednesday, March 13th in the NBA. But as you guys know, or maybe you don't if you're new to the channel, I dig up a lot of picks in my research, and I don't like just leaving them on the cutting room floor. So I'm going to hand them out to you guys, and these are picks that I'm not fully endorsing. I'm not guaranteeing that they're going to hit, but they're interesting picks that I found in my research that I want to hand out in case they're for a player you like or they're a prop you were already thinking about taking. Do with them as you will. So, we'll rattle these off real quick. We have Nick Claxton under 11.5 rebounds plus assists. He averages 6 rebounds and less than 1 assist versus the Magic. Mikal Bridges over 18.5 points. He averages 22 points against the Magic, and he's had 25 and 19 in his last 2 games. I just don't like betting on Mikal Bridges. He does me dirty every time, but numbers do support him this time. Cade Cunningham over 22.5 points. He averages 24 against Toronto, and he's been averaging over 25 in his last 10 games. He's been on a hot streak, and if you want to add assists to that, I don't hate that either. Jalen Duren over 12.5 rebounds. Jakob Poeltl is out. Yeah, it's Duren's game to rebound. He had 17 rebounds in his last outing against Toronto. I think he could go even higher this time. That's a pick that I might honestly be taking myself. I like that one a lot. Alex Caruso over 8.5 points. He averages 11.5 against the Pacers. And if you want to take his over on rebounds or add to the pick, that's valid too. He does well there against the Pacers. Oya Sumo over 23.5 PRA. He hasn't played full minutes against Indy, so I'm not super confident in this one. This is really just my gut feeling, looking at the matchup, looking at how Dosunmu has been playing recently since taking a starting role. I think he's good here, but he hasn't played full minutes against Indy. I don't know how he's going to match up, but I have a good feeling about him. Brandon Ingram for over 11 rebounds plus assists. He's just been rebounding and assisting really well. I think this is a really solid pick. If D-Mitch plays, I didn't want to take any Pelicans versus Cavs picks just because if D-Mitch is in, it's a competitive game. I see a lot of overs. If T-Pitch is out, I see a blowout and a lot of unders. And again, I like to avoid blowouts as best I can. But Brandon Ingram over 11 rebounds plus assists is the pick from that game that I felt most solid in. And D'Angelo Russell over 16.5 points. He's averaged 21 over their last 10 games and 18 against the Kings. I don't know why his lines are so low. Again, this is a pick that I might take for myself, but didn't feel confident to include it in the main bit of the video. Lastly, DeAndre Ayton over 30.5 PRAs. He's been averaging 22.4 points and 14.6 rebounds over his last 10 games, and adding the assist bumps up his line by one more, and he's been averaging over one assist a game, so I think that the PRA line is a great line for Ayton, and honestly, it's another pick that I'm pretty confident in. Anyway, those are my cutting room floor picks. Do with them as you will. Sorry about that. Yeah. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. It really does help out the channel. I know you hate hearing it, but it does help out the channel. And it makes me feel good, and it lets you get notifications for uploads. I upload these at weird times sometimes. I got a lot going on, but I really like getting these picks out to you all. So having notifications on, just make sure that you know when I'm getting this video out. Like the video, helps with the algorithm. Leave a comment, really helps with the algorithm. Drop your own picks down there. Have a discussion. Let me know if you're fading my picks. Let me know if my picks are working out for you. Just say something. I'd love to hear it. That's going to be all from Locked In Sport for today. Let's make some money. Let's cash some parlays. Yeah. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.